Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Chalo. Abba, very big feast, 10 items today. Today what happened, the Gita Jayanti was yesterday, so we can't give a big feast on Ekadashi, so we gave it today. And Shisha's wife made some item and people today, too many items. Good.
Nice.
And one of the medical colleges I go, Shema, you know, Preeti, one college is there, Shema. The
Yes, Prabhu.
dean had come. He happens to be my landlady's brother.
Wow.
So it's very close relation with him. He came today. We invited him. He came. We gave him nice prasadam. I know the 150 students are there. It happens to be in the class there is one student whose parents are, initiated devotees, the very serious devotees. So the boy fully accepts Krishna consciousness, but he's around 4 to 8 rounds he's chanting, just settling down in the medical college. He doesn't allow students to come out only. The 4 o'clock the college ends, and every week Monday I land up. He holds 40-50 people peacefully there. I land up in the same classroom because Dean is with me, and I land up in the classroom. They're sitting, hey, don't go now, one more hour, don't go. And they are so innocent, 18-year-olds, they just keep sitting. And we had 4 sessions, and we gave the certificate also, and already they have started chanting 1 round now. So, one person takes the initiative, it can be so wonderful, correct?
Yes,
We cannot be their word. Their word is different. Just somebody has to just little push, and which we cannot do. It doesn't look good for us to keep calling. Don't come. Don't leave the classroom. Be there. But when he calls, they just stay. Chalo. This is 48th verse today.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sahajam karma kauntaya sadosham apinath. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Everybody is comfortable. Preeti, very cold in America now.
Very cold, Prabhu. It's going to snow tonight, tomorrow. It's very cold.
Manoj?
Yes, Prabhuji, it is cold here, but I think last week it has become a bit better. But yeah, it's winter now, so it will be cold.
Doesn't snow there, your place?
It does. It has snowed this season already a couple of times. But, right now it's fine, Prabhuji. Thank you.
How's Bhavagrai? It is cold, your place?
is cold, but not that much.
How much? You like this only? One
Yes.
sweater is enough? Half sweater?
It's enough.
That's
It's enough. Yes.
Preeti, Bangalore, no winter only. We don't know what is winter. Yes.
Yesterday we were doing distribution in Boston. It was so cold. I put like 4 or 5 layers of clothes on my children, and still it was so cold.
They also came out of book distribution with you.
Yeah, where will I leave them? They go. They pass lollipop. Would you like to have a lollipop?
Yes, Prerna Mataji. How is Bangalore? It's cold?
I'm freezing.
So Bangalore is the weather has become no longer the air-conditioned city. No, it is goes extreme climates now, isn't it?
No, extreme. I'm not able to tolerate it.
Yeah, even I hate it. I remember I used to be in a temple, and those winter times in the morning, I used to get up and come out or just open the door, and I used to run inside. It used to be so cold. Really,
Yeah.
I used to tell it's unbearable. But I don't know what happened. When I joined the temple, I was used to Delhi climate. So when I used to come for the Mangal Aarti, I used to just come in kurta with no sweaters, shawl, nothing. And I used to find, so this is pleasant weather. Why are you feeling cold? But slowly I also became like Mangalore. I used to find it miserable. But now Mangalore is very nice climate. Take care, so everybody is comfortable. Chalo. Sahajam karma kaunteya sadosham apina taje sarvaramba hi doshena dhumena agni iva vrataha. Every endeavor is covered by some sort of fault, just a fire is covered by smoke. Therefore, one should not give up work which is born of his own nature, O son of Kunti, even if such work is full of fault. Perfect. Yeah, but Prerna Mataji, you can read.
Yes, Prabhu. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In conditioned life, all work is contaminated by the material modes of nature. Even if one is a Brahmana, he has to perform sacrifices in which animal killing is necessary. Similarly, a Kshatriya, however pious he may be, has to fight enemies. He cannot avoid it. Similarly, a merchant, however pious he may be, must sometimes hide his profit to stay in business, or he may sometimes have to do business on the black market. These things are necessary, one cannot avoid them. Similarly, even though a man is a Shudra serving a bad master, he has to carry out the order of his master, even though it should not be done. Despite these flaws, one should continue to carry out his prescribed duties, for they are born out of his own nature. A very nice example is given herein. Although fire is pure, still there is smoke. Yet, smoke does not make the fire impure. Even though there is smoke in the fire, fire is still considered to be the purest of all the elements. If one prefers to give up the work of a Kshatriya and take up the occupation of a Brahmana, he is not assured that in the occupation of a Brahmana there is no unpleasant duties. One may then conclude that in the material world, no one can be completely free from the contamination of material nature. This example of fire and smoke is very appropriate in this connection. Then in winter time, one takes a stone from fire. Sometimes smoke disturbs the eyes and other parts of the body. But still, one must make use of the fire despite disturbing conditions. Similarly,
One should not. I continue.
one should not give up his natural occupation because there are some disturbing elements. Rather, one should be determined to serve the Supreme Lord by his occupational duty in Krishna consciousness. That is the perfectional point. When a particular type of occupation is performed for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, all the defects in that particular occupation are purified. When the results of work are purified, when connected with devotional service, one becomes perfect in seeing the self within, and that is self realization.
All the defects in the particular occupation are purified. So Arjuna, basically in what context it is saying? Now Krishna is winding his arguments now. And Krishna is telling Arjuna that you may think there are some inconveniences in the occupation of a Kshatriya. And because, he has taken the role in the society of a Kshatriya in the Vedic times, you are of that, he's representing Kshatriyas. So a general Kshatriya means he is, in the mode of passion and he is doing activities. He cannot just by wishful thinking change to the mode of goodness. He is in a mode of passion. He's representing that. As such, Arjuna is an eternal associate to the Lord. So a Kshatriya, if he just abandons his duty because of some inconvenience, just like Arjuna is having some inconvenience to fight against his family members, then he takes up other occupation, which is not good because he is not fit for that. And even if he does Brahmana's occupation, there is grass greener on other side. So there are still problems there also. So every occupation will have some problems. And anybody has burned fire? All this smoke thing, you all know that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. I've
Where
done it.
you have done cooking with fire? With the
Yes,
wood?
my grandmother lives in village. My mother's mother. We
Ah.
used to have a cow and there's a cow dung and
I used
tandoor from it.
to cook with the cow dung,
Yes.
and the smoke comes out in the beginning, and you do heavy
Yes,
smoke.
yes,
Comes
and wood, the wood also.
Yeah, the
which-
wood also. Heavy smoke comes in the beginning, correct?
Hmm.
And so we have to tolerate all that. Yes, Prabhupada says we have still tolerate. Good.
Actually, we used to blow with the thing to make the
Prerna Mata,
Don't
you
have
done cooking with fire? With wood and all, coal? No, they are living in Bangalore, all gas only. They are advanced people. Yes, Bhavagrahi has done it. He's in a...
Yes, Prabhu.
Huh?
I did with cow dung that also.
You have also done with cow dung.
Yes,
Manoj?
yes.
Manoj?
Prabhuji, yeah, I burnt fire for Havan.
Oh,
Everybody would have done it, yeah.
Havan you did, huh? Something. Okay, Havan at home. You're Prerna Mata, you're not done Havan at home anytime?
We have done, but I did not
Somebody was doing tikka, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've seen it, yeah. I also,
Yeah.
when I used to go to village, I used to see. I have not done it through again personally, similar, but I've seen people do it. Recently, we had an initiation ceremony at when Jayapadaka Maharaj had come. I was seeing how they burn the wood. But one thing is there, when the havan is done with all ghee and so many things are put, the smoke that comes out is very pleasing.
Yeah.
And generally, a smoke is so disturbing. What
Yes.
happened once recently, we in Pajaka, Madhvacharya's birthplace, we did a youth festival. So there are 200 students, something like that, in congregation, and we were above dancing and having a nice program. But what happened was the below, we were on the first floor. In the ground floor, they did 5 places they were doing havanas. And the smoke from that, I don't know how, through the stairs and all was coming in the hall in which we were there. We were like full. I said the smoke in the beginning when it came, I said mercy. We should, get the Havana smoke, but it became too much mercy. Okay. Anyway, we should be care. The point here, Prabhupada has made is a beautiful example of the fire and the smoke. Correct? Just like here, Gita itself says, fire covered by smoke. So any occupation has to have some difficulty. We cannot say any profession is fully clean. Therefore, it is good to connect to the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada said, when you do that, all the defects in the particular profession are purified. And it's just like there was one time, George Harrison sponsors the whole Krishna book publication. So Prabhupada writes to him, we are on the same platform. I'm writing book, you are giving money to print the book. So essence is cooperation. I've taken a responsibility to spread a particular role in the society of a Kshatriya or Vaishya, but there are some inconvenience in it, any profession. Tolerant. I cannot think of an ideal, perfect situation. That will not be there. Prabhupada gave an example, previous verses, that a Vaishya sometimes has to indulge in black market. He does it. He hides his profit. They always do. Vaishyas will do that. Kshatriya sometimes have to kill, like Arjuna in a very difficult position. Brahmana, they are true, there are different kind of Brahmanas, but some Brahmanas are engaged in that animal sacrifice, which is not very pleasant thing to do, but they do that. And your Shudra sometimes have to serve a crazy master, So these are all parts of it. But still, person should do his duty and connect it to the Supreme Lord. Suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe megaha. Tiger cannot sleep. But true, when I read that verse, the third chapter, if you read, there's a lot of discussion like that. So I went to one devotee. You remember Chanchalapati Prabhu Preeti?
Yes, Prabhu.
I went to him. Prabhu, here it is saying, I cannot abandon my duty. So, artificially, you should not, unless you are advanced, you should not give up your duties artificially. A lot of statements are there like that. He said, no, you're taking shelter of Prabhupada, your duty is to serve Prabhupada. That's all. You have no other duties. Otherwise, I was so disturbed. So definitely when take shelter of the Acharya, then we are relieved from all our duties, but we should be sincere, because otherwise the Papa Karma follows you. You follow, the Papa Karma comes behind you. And you may next time have to become in a degraded condition. But Narada Muni says, even then, what's the loss? Taktas dharmam charanam bhujam hare. Somebody gives us his own occupational duty and just runs away from everything and takes shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Bhajan apako adipate tatoyapi. And he was not mature in devotional service, and he fell down. Patet kato yadi. If he has fallen down, it happened like that. Tato ka abhadra. What is inauspicious about him? Tato ka abhadra bhudamashyikim kovar to apto bhajatam sadharmata. And what is auspicious of somebody who is just doing his material duties but does not worship Krishna? That is Narada Muni's, extreme example. But true, that's true personally. But now ISKCON is an institution we avoid because we cannot carefully see. Because institutions should not get a bad name, so we are a little careful. We see people are coming for some time and they are mature. And generally the temple fee, the permission is there from home. Otherwise there is a war, there is a fight. When we all joined, it was all like, the Kshatriya marriages you heard, Preeti? And there are one of the Kshatriya marriages is Rakshasi, just like Krishna kidnapped Rukmini, correct? So these are all allowed, but this is not practical today. Similarly, when we were joined Bangalore temple, it was a Rakshasi joining. Nobody knew, including parents. They did not know also what is ISKCON meaning. They didn't know. But now we don't do that because the reason being that ISKCON cannot take any bad name. Today social media is there. Just one thing comes and you cannot suppress it. It will blow. And also institution has grown, particularly in India now, it has grown very much. So no risk are taken. Prabhupada in the beginning, he said he took risk. Anybody came and Prabhupada takes so much risk. He gave Diksha to anybody. He allowed anybody to join the temple. Prabhupada was very, very, very liberal. But as the institution grew, Prabhupada became strict because the institution, develops name, standards have to be put into place. Okay. Yeah, any other angle you like to look at it? Bhavagrahi, Manoj, Preeti, Prerna. A chartered accountant profession, you also do. You hide the, you ask the clerk, your person first, customer, how much tax you want to declare.
Yes, Prabhu.
And now you will all be in difficulty because, what is there? Everything is going to go digital probably. Hai? Maybe not today, maybe 2 years down the line. Everything. Yes, Preeti. By the time you come to India, it will be a high-tech country.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, now it has become so dangerous. You have 2-3 lakhs rupees with you. You have to have an explanation why you have this much money with you. It become very, very dangerous now, isn't it, Prerna Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
There's so many people just with a small amount. I says 2-3 lakhs. They're asked question, where are the accompanying papers? How you got this much kind of money? And he's in trouble.
I think the common man is only affected.
Yes.
The common man is happy because he was anyway poor. The rich have also become poor. That is his satisfaction. He's very happy. Nobody has money now. He never had money, common man. He's happy because rich also don't have money. He's very happy. Yes. Yes, Manoj. Hare Krishna. Anything you want to add on that verse, Manoj?
No, Prabhuji.
Preeti Mataji, you will have something to add here?
I think, Prabhu, I want to say we discussed this last week when I said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was
Which Chaitanya
the same
Mahaprabhu?
48 discussing with Ramananda Rai, and then this point came up, and Ramananda Rai said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked that what is the aim of life. Ramananda Rai gave many answers. One of the answer was to be engaged in one's duty and serve the Lord with the results. So, but you explained it that that's like a higher level, but where we are, we cannot give up fanatically. Like that you said.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's why this computer I don't use for reading. So this was there on 49th verse, but who told me 48? Manoj showed me 48.
So, Prabhu, I'll share later.
Yeah. Okay, chalo, let us go. Let us do some Gita now.
Yes, Prabhu.
Asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vikata spriyaha naishkarmya siddhim paramam sanyasenadi gacchati. One can obtain the results of renunciation simply by self-control and by becoming unattached to material things and disregarding material enjoyment. That is the highest perfect stage of renunciation. One can obtain the results of renunciation simply by self-control, becoming unattached but disregarding material enjoyment. That is the highest perfect stage of renunciation. Yes. Yes, Prerna Mataji read. Now who will read? Bhavagrai, you are able to read?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Papa Badisila Prabhupada. Real reunification means that one should always think himself part and parcel of Supreme Lord. Therefore, he has no right to enjoy the results of his work. Since he is a part and parcel of Supreme Lord, the result of work must be enjoyed by the Supreme Lord. This is actually Krishna consciousness. The person acting in Krishna consciousness is really a sannyasi, one in the renounced order of life. By such mentality, one is satisfied because he is actually acting for the Supreme. Thus, he is not attached to anything material. He becomes accustomed to not taking pleasure in anything beyond transcendental happiness delivered from the service of the Lord. A sannyasi is supposed to be free from reaction of his part past activities. But a person who is Krishna consciousness automatically attains this perfection without even accepting the so-called order of reincarnations. This state of mind is called or perfectional stage of yoga, as confirmed in the third chapter. Yas tat atma ratir eva satya. One he is satisfied in himself has no fear of any kind of reaction from his activity.
Okay. Yoga Raksha, Yoga Yuddha, there were the stages discussed. Anyway, this was the most beautiful line here. When the devotee become accustomed to not taking any pleasure in anything beyond the transcendental happiness derived from the service of the Lord. He proper use the word, he becomes accustomed. Becomes just like it becomes way of living for us. Such a beautiful line. He becomes accustomed. That should be our target. To become accustomed. Anything which is not Krishna consciousness, we don't, become addicted to that. Don't waste our time in that. We become accustomed. Our heart is always seeking bliss of Krishna consciousness. So anything else, Preeti?
I was hearing the lecture Prabhupada gave in 1972 in Nectar of Devotion. Prabhupada was discussing how when he started Krishna consciousness movement in New York, he was staying in a rented apartment and there was no furniture. And the landlord would come many times, and he would say, "Oh, you have no furniture? Like how you're living without furniture?" So Prabhupada said that living like in general for people living without furniture is so difficult. How can you live without furniture? But I had none because he was not renounced. He did not know what is renunciation and what is the real enjoyment. Uh, but I thought that was like very funny when you
Yeah.
discussed about him not having furniture and being renounced.
No, we are very used to, my God. I tried. You remember, Preeti, when you sent this computer, I was sitting on the floor and trying to use because Prabhupada says, what are these people of Kali Yuga? Just sitting on table and chair and talking nonsense. So I thought, table and chair, I'm sitting on table and chair. So I sat on the floor. And on a small low table, I put a computer after reading that class. But we are not used to. And first we stretch our legs, then both legs we stretch, and then we lie down. Just imagine you have to study for your something and try to sit on the floor and do. We are not used to. But Prabhupada is so used to. You will hardly see very few pictures of Prabhupada sitting on the chair. Whenever he is giving a association, anything, Prabhupada is generally always on the, you're seen on an asana, generally.
Yes.
Except in the garden and all, there's the garden, where do you sit, But many times Prabhupada is very comfortable. They're used to that, And actually traditional sadhus are used to. They can sit for hours. They're used to sit on the floor. For us, one side, one leg will go, then another leg will go. We are not used to that. And actually, that's true. But it's true. Prabhupada says, we save so much furniture. Cots, chairs, sofa, so much furniture. People spend so much money. The devotee is comfortable. He can sit on the floor. And people find it very derogatory. Sitting on the floor is very derogatory. You have seen like that, Preeti?
Yes, Prabhu. That's the what Prabhu, the furniture people having or not having furniture.
Now, when you go to the temple and you take some American friends, can they sit on the floor there? They find it very odd, no?
They find it odd. They find it odd to take out the shoes also because in the church you take out the shoes.
Yeah, church they go with the shoes,
Yeah, we some 1 or 2 times have told them you have to take your shoes out from the temple on. But they're good. They're nice people. You just don't.
Yesterday we had distributing gita in the school. Can you believe the girls all remove the chappal? They from the seat only without telling. And first I had chanting. I made them chant for 15 minutes. And they were, Japamalas are still in Vrindavan on the way, 2000 malas. I had what I finished already. So even mantra cards are finished. I don't know, Krishna gifts like this, what do I handle? So they came without chappal, this culture. Even a japa I was doing, I just looked, nobody was wearing chappal, 400 of them. Without telling, it's so much part of the culture in India. I'm chanting, let me remove chappal.
That Kavita used to take me bare feet to distribute books.
Who over that Kavita, Father Muller Kavita?
Oh my God, yes, so much
Oh.
torture I heard. I've tolerated because of her. Gary Bhagavatam said Chaitanya Chaitamrita, she used to distribute like a fire, like and then bare feet, hot.
Yeah, she's such a nice devotee. Yeah.
She's such a nice devotee. I miss her a lot. I told about her here. Now we wear shoes and layers of clothes and go out.
Yes. Oh my God.
Nice.
I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Yeah, people have that, this thing.
I want to share something, Prabhu, which I read in the morning. This
Yeah.
Prabhupada
Correct.
here is saying one can obtain the results of renunciation simply by self-control and becoming unattached to the
Hmm.
material things and disregarding material enjoyments. That is the
Hmm.
highest perfectional stage of renunciation.
Correct.
Now, I think this is little similar. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 11, text number 22.
Hmm.
When Vritasura is telling
Oh.
Indra to
You know that we
throw
have been
his
doing
thunderbolt.
Vitasura only, Preeti, every day. Vitasura classes. Tell me.
So Vritasura is telling Indra to throw, and he's encouraging and he's telling him not to be doubtful about the power of the thunderbolt because his one weapon was crushed, trident was crushed on
Yeah. Yeah.
Iravat was. So
Correct.
Prabhupada, I'll read the purport. I'll read the translation and purport, Prabhu.
Yeah, read. I'm enjoying Vritasura pastimes. Every day we are discussing morning. Yes.
I'm also on the same part of Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Well, happens to be. We are together. Yeah.
So Prabhupada writes here in the translation, it's a 22nd verse. Persons who fully surrender at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always think of his lotus feet are accepted and recognized by the Lord as his own personal assistants or servants. The Lord never bestows upon such servants the brilliant opulences of the upper, lower, or middle planetary systems of this material world. One can possess material opulence in any of these three divisions of the universe. His possessions naturally increase his enmity, anxiety, mental agitation, pride, and belligerence. Thus, one goes through much endeavor to increase and maintain his possessions, and he suffers great unhappiness when he loses them. Is there any way I can share it with everyone? I feel like
I continue. Finish. The purport is over.
no, this is a translation. In
Chalo.
purport, in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, "As devotees surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Even everyone follows my path in all respects." O son of Pritha, both Indra and Vritasura were certainly devotees of the Lord. Although Indra took instructions from Vishnu to kill Vritasura, the Lord was actually more favorable to Vritasura because after being killed by Indra's thunderbolt, Vritasura would go back to Godhead, whereas victorious Indra would rot in this material world.
Yeah,
Because
Prabhupada
both
used the
of
word
them
rock. And
because
then,
both of them were devotees, the Lord awarded them the respective benedictions they wanted. Dasura never wanted material possessions, for he knew very well the nature of such possessions. To accumulate material possessions, one must labor very hard, and when he gets them, he creates many enemies because this material world is always full of rivalry. If one becomes rich, his friends or relatives are envious. For Ekanta Bhaktas, unalloyed devotees, Krishna therefore never provides material possessions. A devotee sometimes needs some material possessions for preaching, but the possessions of the preacher are not like those of a karmi. A karmi's possessions are achieved as a result of karma, but those of a devotee are arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead just to facilitate his devotional activities. Because a devotee never uses material possession for any purpose other than the service of the Lord, the possessions of a devotee are not to be compared to the possessions of a karmi. So the analogy I was trying to draw is Prabhupada is saying that we become unattached to material things and disregarding material enjoyments. That is the highest perfectional stage of renunciation. But he also says Rupa Goswami principle uh, that
yeah,
we
everything
can
should be
use.
engaged. See what happens, Preeti. If somebody is a very, very advanced devotee, for him the material possession will not disturb him. Okay? For little less advanced devotee, it is better not to be very comfortable and rich in this world because he will get agitated. Correct? Just like Indra, you see, being in very opulent position is now more little disturbed because of that. He's desiring comfort. In fact, there is you read few more verses. Very interesting verse comes, which I made the class last 2 3 days. that Krishna Prabhupada says in the purport, actually, Vitasura is Sura and Indra is Asura. He says Vitasura is Asura. Why is Asura? Because he is not accepting the will of the Lord. He's doubting. He became morose. Indra will become morose now. Second attempt, he will cut hand of Vitasura after, Vitasura encourages him. So Vitasura just with one hand will hit him so hard that again he will be on the ground. And Indra become morose because it's like shame, he's leaving him, he can kill him now. But he's leaving him, Indra become morose because all his pride is over. But Vitasura again instructs him. So Prabhupada says in that purport, actually Vitasura is Sura and Indra is Asura here. Because he's accepting will of the Lord. You see, he got unnecessarily cursed. Vitasura did no fault to get cursed so heavily by Mother Parvati. Correct? It was a very small fault of his. And then secondly, he's in the battlefield fighting, and God has given a weapon opposite side to kill him. Just imagine, how does he fight? He has enough reason to go against Vishnu, correct? But still, he fully accepts the will of the Lord, and that's the beauty of Vitasura. Preeti, somebody has come.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Keshav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
How crazy.
I've been wanting to call you.
Yeah, okay.
Very nice to see you.
Oh, Prabhuji is also there. Okay.
You remember?
Yeah.
Everything is good, Prabhu.
Krishna's grace, somehow.
Nice.
Very nice.
I'll join from home sometimes. Sundays.
Yes, Prabhu.
I want to
Yes,
join
yeah.
sometimes. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Yes, bro. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
You're going now?
Yeah.
Come Sundays, try. That's great help. I put the video, Facebook Live. So many people are watching immediately. Pat. Large number are watching, and they were giving their comments also. Oh, yeah. And Gaurav was watching. I'll comment. I can show you the link. You can check in my Facebook, my personal name Facebook. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo. Keshava is giving obeisances. They're also. Little one less than full speed. One less, yeah. Chalo, little warm here. You all people are shivering in fan. We are switching on fan in Bangalore. Hello, good. Let us go back. It's already 10 o'clock. Prerna Mataji. You want to take rest
Yes,
now?
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yes,
Don't
Prabhu.
worry. These
Actually,
are all.
Prabhu, this verse can save us, because sometimes when we see somebody very rich, very opulent, this can cross the mind because of the conditioning that they're so rich, they're so comfortable, the life is going so well for them. Actually, this verse can save us if we remember that actually I am more fortunate than them if they are not Krishna conscious.
Okay. Prerna Mataji, you wanted to say something?
No, Prabhu.
I thought you were speaking. Then I realized the voice of Preeti Mataji.
I'm sorry, Prabhu.
Okay. Chalo. Okay, Prerna Mataji. If you want, we can break. These people are all ready for night out. My night out.
Okay,
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Manoj
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chalo, good. You all met Keshava. Somehow Krishna has graced him. He does kirtan, he sings from his core of his heart, and he is a devotee at the core. So it becomes so pleasing we can't imagine. Remember Preeti?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
I don't know what he does when he does kirtan. People become mad. If he comes every Sunday, there will be a huge crowd here, just to hear him. Bhavagrai, what happened? You're going in, out, in, out.
There is some network issue, Prabhu.
Okay, so Preeti, we are in which verse now?
We finished 49, Prabhu.
Okay.
50. Oh, highest perfection. Prabhu, but when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Prabodhananda Saraswati
Yeah.
about Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and the secrets and
How you are
um,
reading Chaitanya Charitamrita also? You said you're reading
I am
Bhagavatam?
reading Chaitanya Charitamrita not regularly, but I finished the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Uh, in that, it was there, and it was so I'm so surprised. He changed the verse. He offered prayers to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finished instructing him that verse Tatyanukampa Sushumikshamano Evatmak Kritam Vipakam Vidvag Vapurbhir Vidadham Namaste Dev Vidvad
Then, what is the last one?
Devisaya Mukti Padesa Daya Bhag. He changed Mukti Padesa Daya Bhag to Bhakti Padesa
I
Daya Bhag.
think that is Sarva Bhattacharya. Chalo. ठीक है.
It's not
Okay.
Prabodhananda.
No, Sarva Bhattacharya. Sarva Bhattacharya and Prakashananda Saraswati. These are the two people Chaitanya
Prakash.
argued. Prabodhananda Saraswati is different, Preeti. Is
Prakash
Venkata Bhatta was there, no? Venkata
Yes,
Bhatta's brother is Prabodhananda Saraswati. South India, Srirangam.
So it was
Prabodhananda Saraswati.
Prakash and Prakash.
Either of them, I think it is Sarva Bhattacharya. Because Chaitanya Prabhu debated with them, they are Mayavadis, correct? No?
He converted.
When Chaitanya Prabhu converted them, they hated the word mukti only. They said, what mukti? Bhakti. Put the word. So Prabhupada, Chaitanya Prabhu gave them explanation. No, yeah, there is no need to change it. And why did he give the explanation? What is the reason?
Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said Mukti has two meanings. One is the liberation, the four types of liberation, and other is Mukti itself means Krishna. But then he says that actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is correct, but in general, if you use the word Mukti, people think that it is like merging into the impersonal effulgence.
Because Bhagavatam, we were reading today, second canto, on the last chapter. It says, Sarupena Vavasthiti. Mukti hitva anatha rupam sarupena vavasthitaha. Mukti means becoming situated in my original nature. That is real mukti. So not mukti means you get up from your original nature. Hana?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct. So then he says, no, people take the wrong meaning only when they hear mukti means sayuja mukti. I think most of the people think they continue to do samsara activities and they think they will one day get sick of it. They really indulge in it heavily so that they become sick of it. That will never happen. Correct? And that's the argument is given in a fire, you put little ghee, the fire increases. But if you put a lot of ghee, the fire is extinguished. You know this, Preeti?
No.
That is there in instruction given by Narada to Vasudeva in the 7th canto. Basically, for Shudra, he says a Shudra is allowed to indulge in sense gratification because he will get sick by that. And I think that's what happened to the hippies in America. But no Acharya gives this instruction. Sometimes we may feel, oh, I feel like drinking, so let me drink very heavily, so I'll be finally sick of it. No, you are immediately when you take one sip, you're outside the Acharya's order, correct?
Yes.
No, Acharya. Rajneesh followed that. You know, heard about the Rajneesh?
No.
You know, Osho, very famous he was. No? Osho.
Oh, I don't know him, but I know that.
That was his ashram policy, was that anybody comes in, first he will be given heavy dose of illicit sex. Heavy dose. So finally he'll become sick of it and then he'll start spiritual life. But these are not the instructions of the acharyas, you know. We have to see, we cannot, see there may be so many prescriptions in the Shastra, but finally it's an acharya who tells which one to take, correct? We cannot just take anything, everything, because it's all meant for different times at different places for different individuals. Desha Kala Patra. So we don't see in Prabhupada instruction anytime he's allowing like that. So therefore, even though it looks very attractive, we should not think of putting a bucket of ghee on fire because fire may get extinguished by that. Because I think people get stuck in the same mode, no? They generally think, we say, no, let it go on, I'll get sick of it. Then only I will take to spiritual life. isn't it? What is their
Yes,
argument? Because see, nature of people is that they think they are always in a prestigious position. That's the proper reveals. That's the nature of any individual. He always thinks he's in a prestigious position. So even though they're indulged in sinful activity, then they know that smoking and drinking is bad. There was one boy who came from IIT Kanpur, young boy, 18-year-old boy, started chatting with me. I think I told you this. So I was preaching to him. And then suddenly he said, "Sir, please tell me this fact. I saw a girl and she's my girlfriend, but she's Muslim. And you know, a few days ago I kissed her. I kissed her on her head and I felt so nice." I said, "This is a talk of cats and dogs. What do you want me to hear all this rubbish?" And then he became very angry at me. "What, we have to do all this, then only we will come out." I said, "No." So he's not feeling ashamed, you know. So that's you just think about, we maybe as devotees know it's wrong, but why they don't accept it is wrong? They feel that general people that they have to go through this and then one day this fire will be extinguished. Is it like that, Preeti? How they're feeling?
that is a
Convince.
mental concoction. Yes, Prabhu. They
Just like your
actually,
friends are drinking, smoking, you tell them this is not good, this is not the ideal behavior. They say, "No, I have to do this now to burn this tendency, and then when the fire is extinguished, I'll also become free from these." They know it is wrong. Correct? They know smoking, drinking is bad. They know that. You know, in one park, what they did, some children's went, you know, to make people outside smoking. A small children, they were just trained by a group NGO to make people out of this thing. They're holding cigarettes, but they're not smoking, just a drama. Okay? They were holding cigarettes and or maybe they're not toy cigarettes. They didn't have any, you know, caffeine in it, just some kind of thing. Small children, 5-6-year-old. And they went to the park where, you know, youngsters gather together and smoke. So they also started smoking. So suddenly all the girls and boys or teenagers ran towards the children. "What are you doing? You're smoking." So they said, "What are you doing?" They took video of that very nicely. And so people felt very ashamed. So in that way, they know it is wrong, but they feel that they will go through this and one day it will come out, correct? So how can these people come out of that? Only they surrender to an acharya. On the power of the words of the acharya, you know, they can be pulled out immediately. They don't need to go through millions of lifetimes of experience to come out, correct?
Yes, Prabhu. But they have to want to come out.
No, it says no, people learn by experience, people learn by hearing. Those are intelligent, first class intelligence, they learn by hearing. You remember that example we used to take? You put the hand on the fire and, you know, hand burns, then only you understand, correct? Second class intelligence. And first class intelligent person, by hearing he understands. Just like we have in Bhagavatam example of Prahlad Maharaj, it says, "Yan may to nadi grihamedi sukhami tucham." You know that verse, Preeti?
Yes, Prabhu, I know.
Tell the beautiful verse.
And Vedanadi Grahamedi Sukham Hitucham.
Then Kandu Yanena. Kandu Yanena Karoyoriva Dukha Dukkam. Tripyanti Neha Kripana Bahu Dukha Bhaja. Kandu Divam Manushjam Vishehi Tathira. Try to see the word over meaning, then you will remember. It's a beautiful verse. So how do we say the sex enjoyment enjoyed of family people is tuchha? How do we say that? He has never experienced. He's a 5-year-old boy. True?
He heard it.
Heard. So that is the way to learn. So that's why, you know, it is said in a famous, some, you know, the Western scholar, he says that if you have good books and you don't read them, what is the use of being educated? Better be uneducated. The same way people who don't read Bhagavad Gita, the better you are uneducated. What's the use of you knowing English? You're not reading Gita. You're not taking benefit. Because if you read Bhagavad Gita, you will be saved from learning things by experience. You will learn by hearing. And it will strike you definitely. It's potent. It's being presented by a pure devotee. And it is coming from Krishna's mouth. It's very, very potent. Just like Bhagavatam was already very sweet. But when it came out of the mouth of Shuka, it became more sweet. Correct? Similarly, Gita is anyway sweet. Krishna has spoken. But Prabhupada presented, it became very, very sweet. So how it can, you know, it will not act. It will act. You know, it will act. Chalo.
I feel like people don't know. Yesterday, when we were doing book distribution, I spoke to so many people. And one of them was like a student, and he was so interested. He took Bhagavad Gita and
Yesterday was Gita Jayanti for you?
Yes, Prabhu.
Then how many Gitas you distributed?
2 boxes.
Oh,
48.
great.
48 Bhagavad Gitas.
48 Gitas in a day
In
alone.
3 hours. It was so cold, and then they had to read the whole Gita in the temple, so they wrapped up. But I said, I'm not going if I'm not finishing.
Yeah, that is okay. That is secondary. Reading whole Gita together, best is to distribute. Yeah, that's the best thing. Last year I did that. We didn't have any engagement outside. We all sat and read. This year, my God, there's too many activities. 5 teams went out, different directions. All did exceedingly well. And I did some the different kind of book distribution this time. The
Nice.
school. I don't know why. First time I did like this. But when I came back, I was feeling, I don't know, exceedingly happy. Something Krishna got pleased. The way that the students took it in a very, very nice spirit. Because anyway, they are attending my weekly classes, no? You know, even Muslim girls, everybody, I gave a chitty to write their questions. And Preeti is like, I need somebody to answer that. No, 400 questions are there. How do I answer? So I was sitting to the bundle. I slept at 12 o'clock. I came at 12, 2 hours of reading their questions. And one Muslim girl wrote, you know, I pray to the Lord to bless you. And but I have this question. And I'm a Muslim priest, but that's not, you're not teaching in that way. I have some questions. And she was very nicely writing. And she wrote blessing to me. And I was feeling very blessed.
That's not
And-
nice.
Huh?
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chalo, we go to the next verse now. Okay, we finish this chapter somehow. Siddhim Prap. Hey Manoj, what did you do Gita Jayanti?
Nothing, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Great.
Fasting, no?
Fasting.
Fasting, yeah.
You know, this is also simultaneously for Shi Vaishnava. This is Vaikuntha Ekadashi. They have many alvas, just like we have the Goswamis in a parampara. The Goswamis are from Goloka, so we are most fortunate people on earth. But these alvas are from Vaikuntha. That's also very fortunate, and they all came to accompany the pastime of Lakshmi. No, they're all from Lakshmi Narayana worship. No, Ramanujacharya gave Lakshmi Narayana worship. So Ramanuja parampara is anyway Lakshmi parampara, no? Shri parampara. The alvas came like our Goswamis in Goloka. They are from Vaikuntha. So the chief among them is Nammalvar, the chief among them. So at this day, he went to Vaikuntha. He left the body, and the Lord Narayana came to the Vaikuntha door to personally receive him. So it is called Vaikuntha Ekadashi. So all the Shri Vaishnava temple, they make a dwara in which the Narayana they put on the top. You know, above the 2 pillars, they'll put Narayana.
Yes, I've seen it in Bangalore temple.
Yeah, they do that there also because it's very popular in South India, and millions of people go below that door. And it is said that if you go below the door, you go to Vaikuntha. So basically, you don't go to Vaikuntha. You have to go in a mood that Nammalvar was there. But it is definitely auspicious. You understand? Just like you take bath in Radhakunda, you get Krishna Prema. Yes, potentially, not actually. Potentially, if you do it in the proper mood, definitely. It's always good to take bath in Radhakunda, but it depends on your consciousness. If you do it in a total surrender, that this is Radhakunda is not different from Radhanani, you will get Krishna Prema. But we don't have that faith and surrender, so we get some blessing we get, but not fully because you have to do it properly. Agreed? It's like you chant Harinama, once also you chant properly, you will get unlimited blessing. You have to chant it properly. You understand, Manoj?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Chalo. O son of Kunti, learn from me. Siddhim prapto yatha brahma tathapnoti nibodh me. Samaseneva kaunteya nishtha Jnanasya ya para. O Sanam Kunti, learn from me in brief how one can attain the supreme perfection stage, Brahman, acting in the way in which I will now summarize. Preeti, what happened? So you're the top distributor for your temple or any competition for you?
I don't know, bro. There were so many devotees distributed. 2, 3 more devotees were there, but
Okay. You
I
did
know
more.
the person who keeps track of, he hasn't sent the numbers yet.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
we have very nice devotees.
Chalo. Krishna's grace, no? He got some
One
company of
Mataji
devotees.
told me, I found it very funny.
Yeah.
She
What?
said, you are a Maharathi distributor.
No, the devotees always have appreciation for the devotees. Sorry.
She's from Russia. She's from. I said, why you're saying Maharathi? Because you stopped everybody. I stopped everybody. I think I'm over that. Initially, the hesitation is so much that you have a book and you approach a stranger and you're trying to sell. So, what will the other person think of you? So
Actually,
many times we get insulted.
when you get into ecstasy, you are not part of this world. Then either when you're doing public harinam or when you're distributing books, people don't take you as part of this world. Something is wrong with this person. Correct?
No, I don't think I was. I was like, I have to do it. There's no way that this is not going to happen. So
Chalo, so nice. Yeah, I remember, when I used to enter the trains of book distribution, Prabhupada prayer was there, on the cargo ship. It
yes,
says, no. When he saw Boston, none of them look interested and all and all. I don't know what. And then I used to just go, remembering the Prabhupada prayer. And I was so dull. The people look when they're sitting in the train, they're so dull and, so tamasic. But when you start it, it's unbelievable. Once we were going to, I remember, to Kumbh Mela, and blah, blah, blah things happened. We missed our train, and another train we went. And when we were in the train, I remember the train was so dull. We thought nothing, not a single book will sell. And the result was astonishing, and so much so that all the books sold out. And some people were calling for us. They wanted to sit and discuss. All of us are busy to the whole journey explaining Krishna consciousness. Just we were to book distribution, it activated an interest in everybody. And then hours and hours of discussion it creates. One more instance, which is the sweetest I remember. Yesterday, I don't know how, because it's the first time I did like this. Because I never give a book free, never in my life. But here there was some situation that 2-3 banks came forward to sponsor books. They came for Janmashtami, so they said they will become like once in a while they meet our devotee. They said we'll donate some books for your Gita Jayanti. So it started off. But I thought my club in this college only some 100, 200 people. But I told you it became 2,000. So here was a section I had already told them. When I come last time, I said, I'll give you a Gita on Gita Jayanti. So they're all, been waiting. So I went to the classroom and I was generally 300. This is the 5 groups I have. Each is something like 400. But yesterday was so much full that even stage, there was no place to sit. So stand. So I was below the stage and I was doing my program. And when they came to receive Bhagavad Gita, they all removed the chappals. They paid obeisance to me. And then I said, take it from my father. They paid obeisance to father also, and they took the Bhagavad. I don't know, when I came, I was always checking myself again and again whether I did the right thing, because I gave it just like that, the books. But I felt so happy because the way they took it. At the end of the day, they should read, correct? So I said, you'll all have a weekly assignment now. I have given you the book and you have an exam. They agreed for everything. Then I said, it's okay, that's fine. It's just like a mother gives to a child a book she doesn't sell. So I think in that way it is fine. And they are, in a school only presently. So, okay, that's okay, fine. And anyway, somebody gave money for it. I didn't have to exit. Manoj was the biggest sponsor for the Gitas.
oh, so nice of you.
Somehow Krishna's grace. But now this huge ocean is there. They are given me 400 questions. How do I answer them? What did you do, Preeti? You're going to answer each one of them?
They need, I think, Prabhu, they need to be answered. But
each have written a question. Huh?
If they are same type of questions, somebody will have to help you, Prabhu.
No, I broke them into 8 categories. One question is, spiritual questions, what is God? How do you say, who created God? The basic questions will come in the beginning, okay? And one set of questions was that father was attending the class. He's the professor whole life. He said, you go very fast. They will not be digesting what you say. You are running. Yesterday, I gave them 14 ways of mind control in one class, 160 slides.
Oh, that's too much.
Father was sitting
How
there.
much time?
Huh? How much time? I finished. I started 5:45. I was done by 7. The father was telling it was very fast. Please slow down. Please. In the response sheets, some students are written, sir, we are flying. Please. This is totally new for us. For you, maybe knowing. You know the famous joke, Preeti. That's the psychologist that they understood that. We can understood for preaching. It said, suppose in your mind, take in your mind some Vaishnava bhajan you take. ठीक है ना? ठीक है? That see, just like bhaja hure mana. ठीक है ना? Now you start tapping for take any Vaishnava bhajan. You start tapping for that. Don't take Vaishnav Bhajogre Mana, some Vaishnav bhajan. ठीक है ना? ठीक है ना? ठीक
Yes,
है ना?
Prabhu.
Now you don't know which bhajan I am tapping, correct? But I'm thinking you are understanding. Because in my mind this bhajan is running, not in your mind. You got it?
Yes, Prabhu.
They say that when you are teaching, we think it is understandable because for me it is running inside in this way. But I'm not communicating properly. The other person is not understanding what I'm trying to say. Because just like I'm now tapping for Ohe Vaishnava Thakur, you don't know what is he tapping for. Because in my mind, the Ohe Vaishnava Thakur is running. You understand? So teaching means you have to understand their perspective. So if you give a sheet of paper, I can just give a blank sheet of paper. I should just write any question. Plus, please write one question so that I come to know what are you thinking. Because I may be in some plane, I don't know. So I saw very, very basic questions were there. And I thought in the first class it's over. But now I realize it has not gone through still. So it is a very beautiful feedback, but 400 feedback. So sat for 3 hours with the help of 2-3 congregation, I sorted them out. Many have problems of this concentration and memory. So my formula is simple for that. Chant Hare Krishna, mind is pure. When mind is pure, you can concentrate. Correct? But anyway, that is not the goal of chanting. This is like, a side effect. The goal of chanting is to give you Krishna Prema. So Japa has started now. That's a beautiful part. They're chanting very nicely. They chanted so sweetly yesterday. Wow. Still roaring. Imagine 400 students chant with you, Prapriti, weekly. How you feel? Yeah. I don't know from where Krishna gave me. And now what is happening? Other PUs are also interested. And I've already given my 5 days. What I do? I have to eat, sleep, or I have to forget that. But one thing is,
has to go.
Yeah.
Sridhar
is ready. Sridhara is in another service. You all have to come. Sridhara is in charge. Manoj, you all have to come. I'll make it so huge that Krishna will force you all to just lift you all and bring it here.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
He's blessed.
What's
I come
happening?
back. I don't want to be
Yes,
here.
Prabhu.
Mataji, this Bhava is a super cook. Bhava guy.
Not like that, Prabhu.
Oh, that's nice.
Everybody enjoys his
That's a
cooking.
blessing, Prabhu.
We were in Bhagavatam, no? Yeah, no, Bhagavad Gita. How one can enter Supreme Brahman by acting in the way I shall now summarize. Chalo. 10:25. Preeti, 10:30 I'll close, okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Because what happens is fine, but if I don't go for Mangalarti, then it is not good. It sets a bad example. Yeah. Who will read this? Now, Manoj, you read.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord describes for Arjuna how one can achieve the highest perfectional stage simply by being engaged in his occupational duty, performing that duty for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One attains the supreme stage of Brahma simply by renouncing the result of his work for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. That is the process of self-realization. Actual perfection of knowledge is in attaining pure Krishna consciousness that is described in the following verses.
Yeah, renounces the result of his work for the satisfaction. Yeah, that's the brahmacharis. That's the fortune of brahmachari. This Preeti, tell Bhava he can become brahmachari. He's not decided. Bhava?
Prabhu, you tell him to read that 5th canto, Forest of Material Nature.
Bhava, you read that chapter or not?
Which one, Prabhu?
5th canto.
No, Prabhu. Just now I started Bhagavatam.
No, 5th canto. You can locate that in the internet, Veda base. There's the 5th chapter called Bharat Maharaj explains Forest of Enjoyment. There was a devotee in Preeti knows, I don't know, you don't know. You remember I talk about one boy, Bhava, who has made a beautiful this in Jaipur, Gurukul.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
I have
Prabhu.
given that example to everybody where there are speakers in their village.
Oh, wow, the whole village is hearing proper class. Now, he loves the greatness, he loves Prabhupada very much. So what happened, he joined the temple and immediately he wanted to become a grahastha. So Chanchalapati Prabhu told him, why don't you, read that? No, not even join. Before joining, he was saying, I'll become better a grahastha. He said, read this chapter, Forest of Enjoyment. And I know after 6 years, till 6 years from that day, he didn't even think about it second time. The chapter shows a material life as a forest of enjoyment. A very, very nice symbolism of Bharat Maharaj, who was a great devotee. Anybody reads that gets, frustrated with the materialistic way of life. And he's scared of becoming a grihastha then. He compares it to a forest. What is it? Compares forest? He compares wife and children as plunderers, jackals. Very heavy symbolism. He says, talks about a businessman who goes to the forest for searching for some wealth, and start the symbolism there. So and the businessman represents a living entity looking in this world for enjoyment. Correct? Just like a businessman goes to a forest looking for some wealth, and then he compares us to a businessman, and symbolism goes on. In the forest there are insects which bite you, mosquitoes bite you, snakes are there, this problem, that problem. He compares everything with the materialistic life we have. So reading the chapter helps us to become, get a distaste for grihastha life. So it's nice in that way. Okay, for the satisfaction of Supreme Lord. Yes.
Prabhupada told that Goswamis have set up the best example as how to renounce when they were big ministers, prime ministers said Mandalapati.
Mandalapati.
They were Mandalapati, prime ministers. Their circle was very learned scholars, and they gave up. When they gave up, they set an exalted example how to divide the wealth: 50% for Krishna, 25% for relatives, and 25% for the personal emergencies.
Correct.
And the wealth was so much that one boat was filled with gold coins. That was 25%. So where one boat was filled, which he kept for himself.
No, he kept it as an emergency, and that's how Sanatan Goswami came out. See what happens, 25% when you're renouncing, so suppose somebody is renouncing and taking to spiritual life, at that time, 25% you should give to relatives because they expect something. 50% you should give it for, to the
Krishna.
temple. Temple, and 25% you should keep for emergency. That emergency money was used by Sanatan Goswami to relieve himself from the jail. Sanatan Goswami bribed the jail person. Bhava, you know the story?
I heard one time in temple.
See, Bhava, there were two brothers, Rupa and Sanatana. Okay? So they all both decided to join Lord Chaitanya's mission. Okay? And they were all actually ministers for this big king, Nawab Hussain Shah, who's Jarasandha in previous life. Okay? You know Preeti was Jarasandha?
No, I did not know.
Oh, he was Jarasandha. And who was Chandkazi? Kamsa.
Oh, Kamsa.
Oh, you didn't know all this?
I think Chandkazi.
Yeah, you will get the references. They're in Gaul Gurudesh Deepika, written by Kavi Karnapura. Everybody. It's an authorized book. Okay? Prabhupada keeps quoting from it. So anyway, so what happens is that they take leave of him. They say that, we leave us, we want to go. So Rupa Goswami goes away, but Sanatan Goswami arrests him. They were extremely intelligent, so therefore they were helping in the administration. And this Nawab Hussain Shah was like a normal ruler who was plundering, attacking neighboring kingdoms and looting. So they were managing his kingdom, and they said, we want to go. So he had nobody as responsible as them. So he became very upset at Sanatan Goswami, because Sanatan Goswami said, I am not well, and he was not coming. Rupa Goswami had already gone away. So he came to his house, he saw Sanatan Goswami was very well. He was sitting and hearing Bhagavatam. So then what happened, he arrested him. He became so angry, he arrested him. So when he arrested Sanatan Goswami, he also wanted to join Lord Chaitanya's mission, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would ask them, please come, immediately please come, a lot of work is there. So they're leaving everything, they were going. So Sanatan Goswami, what he did, he bribed the jail man, because he was his, junior, previously. So he said, you see, I helped you in so many ways, now you help me, but I can help you with little money. I can give 1,000 gold coins. So he was not interested. He made it 2,000, 3,000. When he made 5,000, he agreed. He heart melted. And then he left him and he ran away. Some drama like that.
But Prabhupada was saying that they were so happy that the Goswamis, when they divided the wealth and they joined Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and they became mendicant, they were very, very happy.
And Prabhupada takes the example of a minister in
Yeah,
partition time. His name is Independence Movement time, C.R. Das. He was a very famous man, Preeti. C.R. Das, very big man and famous. He joined the independence movement, and out of sentiment, he gave up his profession. He was a very big lawyer earning lakhs of, this is like any rich lawyer of today. And he became bankrupt after that. And he died of heart attack.
within 1 year, he died.
Yeah, he died. And here the Goswamis, they did not die. They were ecstasy. Where is Radharani? Where is Krishna? Yes.
So I think I said this because in the purport there was a line.
What is the line?
I'll open the purport.
Manoj?
Yes, Guruji.
Very inspiring how Preeti finds time and reads different books. Correct?
Yes, Guruji. Yeah,
He's
very
reading
nice,
Dukya.
Mataji.
It's not.
Manoj, Baba, keep time. See, I am
Yes,
forced to read here. What happens for me, classes coming, I have to go and read. So I get forced in some way. So that's but usually you have to sometimes you keep like that some book you read and mark some purport, and then when we meet, you can share that. We will feel blessed, isn't it?
Yes,
Correct?
Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu.
Same way, Manoj, you can also do that.
Yes, Guruji.
Huh? Next time Manoj will bring some verse to us. Okay?
Okay.
Any book you open anywhere, you will find nectar. Just like a sugar candy from any place you lick it is nectar. Correct?
Yes,
There was a
Guruji.
Yes,
devotee who was in America. Preeti, you remember what devotee was they called Stoka Krishna Das from Bangalore? Stoka Krishna.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. In Mysore, right? He
Yeah,
was
very,
Mysore
very, very
present.
humble devotee. So he was telling me he was in America before he became a brahmachari. He was in America. He was working. So he was already introduced to devotees. So he had a Gita with him. And alone, he used to get a lot of doubts. I used to, alone I was. So the evening I used to come, something really haunting my mind. I just open any page of Bhagavad Gita and I'll feel the answer of that question is here. So practically felt Krishna is there. Bhagavad Gita is not different from Krishna. Because every day I used to read from some time and I used to feel my answer has come, what I was thinking in my heart. So, Krishna reciprocates. If we read, we find we cultivate dependence on Krishna. Correct? Manoj, you
Yes,
understand? You
Yes,
cultivate
Guruji.
dependence. You cultivate dependence. It's gradually. It's not in one day. Gradually, Prabhupada said, no, you'll become accustomed to that kind of life. When you sleep, some purport should be ringing in your head. Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada said that. And you get up in the morning, Prabhupada said that, Prabhupada said that. Something you read more, it adds the Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said. So then if you do leave the body like that, you will meet Prabhupada and it'll take you to the spiritual world. Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said, Prabhupada said, okay, come. Prabhupada said, the real advancement is to develop eagerness to hear about the Lord.
yes.
You
I
cannot hear
heard.
directly, you have to hear from the Acharya. Correct?
You were saying yesterday, I heard the lecture in Nectar of Devotion. He said, my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada used to say, a dead man cannot preach.
Yeah.
Preaching is a business of a live man. So you're very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to preach about Krishna.
Yes. Dead man cannot preach. Yeah. Paksanda Prabhupada. Yes.
I think the other meaning is that if we are not preaching, then we are as good as a dead man.
No, see what happens, Preeti. Different situations. Just like you see that we have some devotees whose family is not permitting. Correct. Particularly, it happens to ladies. So that they just sit and chant or they just sit and read. Or
Yeah, that
sometimes,
is also
yeah.
kind of preaching to the mind.
Correct. You are reading, you are continuously chanting. Sometimes the situation, but you keep getting ready. Suppose you are keeping yourself very, very spiritually more and more bright. You are reading, chanting, developing. Okay? Just like you take, see, Srila Prabhupada gave an example. Okay? He is a great Acharya. And he was preaching in India, but not so many people were taking it up. Okay? But he was, as an example, he is given. He's a associate of the Lord, but as an example, he kept the fire burning, burning, burning. And suddenly an opportunity came, he burned the whole world with that fire. You understand? The Krishna consciousness like a fire burning in his heart. It was burning like he wrote to the president of India, no, I want to take everybody back home, back to Godhead with me. Correct? He wrote his, revealed, that letter is there?
Yes, Prabhu. The Lal Bahadur Shastri.
No, Rajendra Prasad letter.
Rajendra Prasad.
He writes a letter to him. I'm crying alone in wilderness now. And I have a clue how to go back to Godhead. But I don't want to go back alone. I want to take everybody with me. You may be thinking I'm a madman, but it's not like that. Just like after having a meal, you are convinced. And the efficacy is the same way by the grace of my Guru and Krishna. I'm convinced of the process of Krishna consciousness. I have a clue how a person can go back to Godhead. So please don't think I'm a madman. He writes so nicely that letter. You read that?
No.
We should read that letter. Very, very important, Preeti. We understand how much our gratitude to Prabhupada keeps increasing when you see all that. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Chalo.
But
10:30?
the line the Lord describes for Arjuna how one can achieve the highest perfectional stage simply by being engaged in his occupational duty, performing that duty for the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yeah.
But the next line he says simply by renouncing the result.
Yeah, renouncing the result, because we may be stuck in a metal duty, but it doesn't have to be. Yeah. But then we should not join full. My motto in whole is con anybody I meet. We should join full time. We should join full time. We should join full time. Because many times devotees are staying out. I say when it is possible for them, they stay out. Correct, Hannah?
Prabhu.
What do you say? If you win Bhavagai situation, what you will? Bhavagai, I'm not scaring you, no?
I will stay with the devotees and take the risk. Anyway, we are taking the risk of studying in a college, getting a degree, and then taking a risk of maybe getting a better life with maybe a good job, maybe a good wife. So many maybes are already there, so why not this maybe as well?
Prabhuji, what I have seen so far, I won't think even for a second and join you straightforward.
If you go back, if time was to
Yeah,
take you back to your Manipal college,
yes, Prabhuji. So I wouldn't have gone anywhere.
you enjoyed so much. You have a beautiful house, you have a nice job, so much money. Why you think like that? You have to give
Um,
argument, no?
okay, yeah. I mean, well, in the end, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a waste of time, right? So you think you are doing something very, very good. You are in a very prestigious position, but no, it's nothing. Nothing.
Why all your relatives don't they utilize you when you come? You are in England, you are successful, isn't it?
Uh, but again, it doesn't mean anything, right? So it's a discomfort for them. I mean, right? So Prabhuji, inside we don't appreciate really that we have to um, appreciate or say some nice words to somebody without anything in return.
Just without
So,
meaning it, because social people, they say, oh, you must be very happy, you achieve the pinnacle of success, so you have to say
yeah.
yes, 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 you also work hard. Just like you go to Prime Minister of India, you say you must work hard to reach. Yeah, you should work hard, you can achieve it, believe in yourself. Correct, Preeti?
Oh, yes, yes.
You go to any big sports star and say that how you achieve all this. Yeah, you should believe in yourself. How this jargon of believe in yourself is so much stuck in people today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any success story, whenever I see, they say that you believe in yourself. How does believe in yourself is so
Really,
stuck? Huh?
yeah, really, I mean, when we see somebody more successful, we become a bit jealous. We develop that feeling, which actually agitates our mind again. So, yeah, not really good.
Chalo.
It is very nice to think that okay, I'm in America, I will buy a BMW tomorrow. Oh, BMW has so many features. Oh, this is a new one. This has so many.
This is
Okay, you get the
2016
car.
model.
Then what? There is an insurance associated with it. There is a mortgage monthly payment associated with it. And if something happens, then your bank balance goes down like anything. What was the enjoyment one day? Oh, there's a nice lecture in which one Maharaj was saying that the world is designed in such a way that we suffer more than enjoy because the arrangement is like that. And then he gives an example that, for example, you have a small toe, right? You have a small toe.
What is
How
small
many
talk?
times
on the foot, there is a small toe,
Yeah. Small
the
toe. Smallest finger. Yeah.
smallest toe, fifth digit, the smallest
Finger.
finger,
Yeah.
smallest toe on the foot.
Yeah.
How many times a day do you think that you have it?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
how many times a day you feel you're so attached to it?
Yeah.
But tomorrow, if you take a hammer and bang it, how much pain can it give you? So
Okay.
it was not giving any enjoyment because you're not thinking, but how much pain can the same thing give you? So much. So the world is designed that get this, get it. If you have 1,000, make it 2,000. Then nothing. It's going to be painful to maintain it, to get it, to spend it, to let it go. Krishna
Yeah.
consciousness is so nice that you don't worry about it. There's no worry.
Correct. And the main part is that Prabhupada said you should be today. So the line should be in our heart. If somebody can cut and paste it in the Radha Govinda group, Manoj, can you do that? That line, that
Cutting.
accustomed, we should get accustomed to that. Correct? Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
Body
Prabhu.
language.
This the yellow line here. You can see that, no?
Yes, I'll do that. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, just do that. Accustomed to not taking just the nearby area, so that is understandable. What is it referring to? So it's very nice. So this should, I think, should be our meditation. Actually, I've seen very, very rare Preeti devotees who have that. They read purport and they keep repeating that purport again and again in their mind, again and again, again and again.
Yes. Yesterday in the temple, they were talking about one devotee. I don't know who that devotee is. The other person was saying that once he was reading Krishna book, and then he closed the book. He was somewhere in the middle of the book, and then he forgot where he was, but
Ah,
he remembered the last line. So he was feeling very sad that, oh my God, I forgot where I was, and the book is like, now I don't know where to start, where to find. So that the other devotee was sitting with him. So he asked him, "Do you remember what were you reading?" He said, "Yeah." And then the devotee exactly opened the book where he left because he knows the lines. He knows,
correct.
he's memorized line by line by line Krishna book. So he was able to open it without any hesitation, without no. I was thinking, wow, this is so nice.
Yes, Manoj, we break today.
Yes,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Okay.
Next week,
Manoj,
my
right?
office people are coming.
Yes,
So I'm
Where?
Prabhu.
going to do IQ, EQ, SQ.
Oh, oh. Preeti, 2-3 points on IQ, EQ, SQ, going very nicely. I told you the last time. I think I told you some new points.
Hardware,
Hey,
software.
that man wala video you also you can show it then.
Prabhu, which one?
The man, no, the man destroying the whole nature. Your children have
Oh,
also
yes,
seen it.
yes, Prabhu. Yes,
You
Prabhu.
cannot see that also. You say no, they are so proud of science, but the end of it, just like I throw a stone at you. Now you can by science can calculate what speed the stone will hit, but science does not say should I throw or not say or not throw. So IQ is not sufficient. EQ, SQ are also needed in life, correct? And you always ask them one question about the car somebody is driving. What says IQ, EQ, SQ involved? Only machines have IQ, animals have IQ and EQ, and human beings have IQ, EQ, and SQ.
SQ.
So ask them some questions where they can figure out, they will understand, yes, actually, I do have SQ within my system. I'm not reviving it. Just like a child has capacity to walk, but he's not, that he can be trained to walk. We can revive it. Is there the walking capacity in his system? That is a very good argument. So similarly, SQ capacity is there, but somehow the society makes us be involved in material affairs only.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
You can develop so many arguments, very beautiful arguments. Like or another argument I give, just like a mic is there. Now this mic can be used as a paperweight also, but actually it has better use. Correct? You take your mobile and keep it on the sheet of paper. See, this mobile now looks like a paperweight, and it proves itself to be a paperweight, but actually it has better use. So similarly, my body, many people are very happy using it for eating, sleeping. That example will come now. Eating,
Yes, sir.
sleeping, that man and animal, correct? At that time you compare. So you see the human body, can do better function, not just eating, sleeping. That is SQ. Because that is a very striking argument for them. They will like that.
Thank you, Prabhu. I've noted it.
Yeah. Chalo. How many people are coming?
7, 8 people have said yes.
Okay, so you're making a dinner also for them?
Prasad, yes, Prabhu, Prasad.
You
Yes.
cannot make what we had today dinner. Today, 10 people cooked 10 items.
Yes. That is true.
Very, very good it was. Today's dinner was very, very good. Our idea is that there should be some 200, 300 intelligent people coming, है ना? Then the class is so nice. When you speak with so many people, no, who can understand philosophy, you speak, it is so pleasing, है ना? See, Prabhupada
Yes.
alone, and by Krishna's grace, he created a huge society. He was enjoying with Krishna, but at the same time, he created in material world also a place he could share and enjoy Krishna consciousness. True, Preeti?
Yes, Prabhu.
So when you make a night assembly of devotees around you, you yourself enjoy your life more and more, spiritual life, correct? There are
Yes,
more and
Prabhu.
more people to share and laugh in Krishna consciousness.
I sold 6 Bhagavad Gitas to my colleagues last week.
Huh?
6 Bhagavad Gitas.
They're reading it?
They say that they're reading it. I'm going to ask them when they come this time also.
Yeah. Oh, you know, Rashi Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Also very happy. What happened was there was a pen drive I gave to her. What are the the kirtans I put in my car. I just gave that pen drive to her. She was talking about her husband. I said, just give the pen drive, give it to him. So she gave it to him, and he was a little bit indifferent to Krishna consciousness till now. So he went to he keeps traveling. So he put it up. He likes it so much. Prabhupada now he's addicted to hearing Prabhupada bhajans 1.5 hour every day. It just has all Prabhupada bhajans. I keep hearing them when I travel. And now he's chanting 1.5 hours. And she put on his table the Bhagavatam and all. He just keeps reading few pages every day. Now what is remaining? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So without somebody's knowledge, we can make him a devotee for our purposes.
Without somebody's knowledge, we can make him a devotee.
Yeah, he says in 8th canto. Basically, just like somebody is, you want to make him a liquor addict. What do? You say that little, nothing will happen to you, nothing will happen. Just take 1 milligram. That's how we trap him, no? Correct? The same way we should have faith. Krishna consciousness is very, very potent. It is very infectious. Nothing. Just once you say. In fact, devotees are such faith in proper time. I was hearing they used to make everybody just even once chant Hare Krishna. They used to feel very happy. You say Hare Krishna, no, any visitor, you say Hare Krishna. Hey, so nice. You say Hare Krishna. Correct? But we don't have faith in the power of the holy name. So we say, oh, he's chanting, what's the use?
My office is saying Krishna.
Huh?
So the nurse sitting with me, she does some mistake or vaccines. She's entering. She's I see her. She's working, entering the vaccines, and the freezer goes off, and something happens. She says, "Oh, Krishna."
Huh?
So she's American, and she says, "I don't want to say anything." And I say Krishna more than anything now. What have you done? It's cute. It's cute to see.
Oh, did you see that? In some in the Dandavat that put up in America, one of the players, his name is Krishna, football players. So did you see that commentary? Is unbelievable. With all the that football, Krishna, 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 Krishna. He's shouting, just like they say, Messi, Messi, Krishna. They say, look at how much he's chanting, Krishna, Krishna. And whole stadium is roaring his voice.
It's very nice.
If I look at the video, I'll forward to you. Amazing it is. But Bhaksana Prabhupada says, the chanting of the indifferent chanting will not have that kind of effect. Correct? Chanting has to be done with devotion and respect. Then, correct? Queen Kunti says no. You cannot feeling me chant, Hannah. What is the prayer of Queen Kunti? She says,
Shutashri.
yeah, Janmeshwarya Shuta Shivi Edamana Madhapuman. Ye Naevarti Vidatum Vai Twama Kinjana Gochara. Because, my Lord, you are possessed by somebody who does not possess anything. Those people who think of Shruti, some learning as a satisfaction, what is the Shruti? What is the Janmeshwarya Shuta Shivi. Those think the great birth is a satisfaction. money is a satisfaction, learning is a satisfaction, and beauty is a satisfaction. These people cannot advance in spiritual life because they're satisfied in materially, correct? They cannot feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord because you are only possessed by people who do not possess it, correct? So what a beautiful verse it is. So much deep meaning in that. Yes. They are happy, Preeti?
Yes, Prabhu. They are fighting.
They're chanting?
They are. Are you chanting Hare Krishna? No.
Have they
You don't
sold
have?
any? How many Bhagavad Gita they sold?
They sold. They got money. No, they didn't. They didn't give books yesterday. They lollipops. Yeah, they gave lollipops. They're standing with me, but somebody gave them money just like that, and I told Anirudh he could have given book. I was somewhere else.
Correct.
Not yesterday. Sometimes they give Prabhu the small books,
Correct.
and then he has a group with the boys in the temple, and when they go out, they don't leave the person before, like the person takes the book and gives them some money.
Okay.
Sometimes
Good.
it's embarrassing. They said no, and there's a little boy. He says, "No, no, you have to take."
Chalo.
So
Jai.
yesterday they were with me, standing in the cold. They were doing dancing on the Maha Mantra.
Chala. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Preeti.
Krishna, Manoj Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Dhanna,
Mataji.
Dhanna.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Lord.
Prabhu.
Bhavagrahi. Yeah. Bhavagrahi. His name is already Vaishnava name. Bhavagrahi Janardana. At his home, they worship Lord Chaitanya anyway. You know the Preeti?
Oh,
Many
that's
people
nice.
in Odisha, Bengal, they worship Lord Chaitanya from. Yeah, Bhavagrahi, it is like that.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hey, Bhava, you can hear us?
Thing is hanged.
Okay, okay. He's trying his best to be in
Hare
line.
Krishna.
Yeah, at your home, they
Hare
anyway worship Lord Chaitanya?
Krishna.
Bhava, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Bhavagrahi. Chalo, we break now,
Hare
Preeti.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Dhanva, Dhanna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Manoj. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, bolo Prabhu. Hare Krishna.